Hello, now we're looking at how to make a bar graph in Excel. A bar graph is used for categorical or qualitative data. All of these are different colors. When asked a favorite color, these are all of the responses. We want to categorize all of the data, count how many fit into each category, and then make a bar graph out of it. The different categories we have are red, blue, and green. Those are the only three options. Now we have to count how many responses were red. To do that, we could do it by hand, but if we have many data, as we have here, going through and counting by hand is kind of a pain. So instead, we're going to use the COUNTIF function. To find the COUNTIF function, click on the function button up here. The little box says Insert Function. Search for a function, type COUNTIF. Click Go, and you'll see COUNTIF is the first choice. When we click OK, we have two things to fill in, range and criteria. In the first space for range, we're going to highlight all of the original data. I won't highlight the title, favorite color, but I will highlight all of the data. Under criteria, I want to type which one I'm counting. Right here I'm counting red, so I'll type in red. You can see there were 14 responses for red. I'm going to do the same thing here for blue. COUNTIF is already here because I just searched for it. Just click on it. My range is the same. And under criteria, I type blue. You'll see there were 29 responses for blue. Lastly, we'll do the same thing for green. So we click on this, go to COUNTIF, highlight the original data, then under criteria, we can type green. So you'll see I have 14 red, 29 blue, 12 green. Now to make the bar graph, we'll go to the Insert tab on our top ribbon. In the Insert ribbon, go to the Column selection. There are many fancy column graphs that we can look at, but we want the very first choice, the two-dimensional column. When we're showing data, we want it to be as clear as possible. We don't want anything fancy to make things confusing. We will click on the first choice under 2D columns. Sometimes you'll get data in here already, and sometimes you won't. In our case, we did not, so we need to enter the data. To do that, click on the Select Data tab up here. Once Select Data is open, under Legend Entries, we're going to enter the information that goes on the vertical axis. So that's the y-axis if you're used to thinking of the x and y axes. Click Add. In Series Name, this is what we're going to label the series. So this is just the title. I'm going to call it Favorite Color. Under Series Value, I'll delete what they already had and highlight the 14, 29, 12. Highlight them all together. Click OK. The default for Excel is to label these as 1, 2, and 3. We don't want them labeled as 1, 2, and 3 though. We want them labeled as red, blue, and green. Under Horizontal Axis Labels, click Edit, and now highlight red, blue, and green. You can see that it changes on the graph. Click OK, and then OK again, and we're done making the graph, except we don't have any labels. We like to have a chart that has a title on the horizontal axis and on the vertical axis. Up here with chart layouts, if you click on the down arrow, you'll see several layouts appear. If we click this choice right in the middle of the almost last column, you'll see we have axis titles for each axis, and we have a graph title as well. At the bottom, for the axis title, I'm going to type colors. On the side, I will just type frequency. And on top, it stays favorite color. Here the bars are touching, which we will want when we do histograms. For bar graphs, we don't generally have the bars touching. We can increase the gap between them by right-clicking on the graph, going to Format Data Series. Under Gap Width, increase the gap to however big you want. I usually just go right in the middle. Here we have a nice bar graph.